Hello my YouTube friends, this is Mia Vibes. Today I have a brand new video for you guys, and it's going to be all about these beautiful traveler's notebook inserts that I created for my Etsy shop. So they are gonna be available for sale on my shop today. I'm thinking it's gonna be 5 o'clock Houston time this afternoon, so I will be posting them later on. You'll be able to find the link to either my shop or this specific product on the in the description box if you're interested in purchasing one of these. And before I go ahead and show you guys what's inside, let me tell you guys a couple of things about something that was brought to my attention recently. Guys, before I show you these journals, let me just make this really quick for you. I want it to be like less than, I say, 3 minutes. Okay, so recently somebody brought this to my attention. Basically that person, well, I'm not trying to disrespect the person or anything like that, but that person was basically telling me that when I post contents on my social media platforms, Instagram, YouTube, Patreon, whatever, whenever I do that, like I am begging you to purchase my shop items. So that was just in a comment on the internet. So when I first read it, I felt really humiliated, miserable, and insulted because I felt like somebody just said that to me, like basically made fun of me in front of everybody. I was really like upset, and I just still don't feel like better about it because guys, this is my full-time job, as you guys know, and you guys support me in doing this a lot by shopping with me or by supporting me on Instagram, YouTube, and also Patreon. So you guys are amazing, but I just thought that maybe some people wouldn't understand why I have to talk about my shop all the time, or maybe some people wouldn't like seeing something like this, right? This is all my normal marketing activities so that I can make my living and I can pay my bills. So I never thought that I was begging you guys to purchase my shop items or anything like that. But if you felt that way, I'm so sorry, and I'm so sorry that you're not happy with my contents. But at the same time, I don't think that I am wrong for being sad or being feeling humiliated by that comment. I don't think that I am being wrong right now. So I have a solution for all of us. Since I'm not going to be stopping what I'm doing right now, I can definitely suggest that if you don't want to watch me talking about my Feel Good Parcel items on, not just in this video, but like in on my Instagram, Patreon, or my Facebook page that I just opened up, or my Feel Good Parcel account. So if you don't like, watching this or anything like that, you can definitely mute me, you can unfollow me. And also, most of all, right now you can choose to not watch this video. It's not that I'm trying to kick you out or anything like that, but since you guys are, if you guys are not happy with what I am doing, and if you are just gonna kind of like have negative feelings overall, like about things that I do, then you can definitely just ignore me and you can just not watch me at all. I know that I shouldn't be saying this because every single one of you is really amazing and you guys have been supporting me a lot. But at the same time, I don't want to give you an impression that I'm begging you for money. That's not what I'm doing, you guys. So it just still hurts me, and I don't want to get emotional over this right now in this video, but I'm giving you an option right now. You can just exit out. You don't just walk up to your teacher, doctor, or fast food server, hotel worker, whoever. You don't just go to those people, and because they are working hard, they're trying to sell their, I don't know, food or whatever, you don't tell them, wow, you're really begging me for money, you're really begging me to buy your food, you're really begging me to buy your knowledge. You don't really say that to anybody else. So I don't know like where that came from. I don't know. But my intention, guys, is not just trying to sell you guys these items. As you know, in my other videos, when I talk about Feel Good Parcel, when I do the journal flip throughs for Feel Good Parcel, like journal items, in the videos, I definitely tell you that even though you're not purchasing one of these, if you're not considering, it's still fine as long as I can give you any kind of inspiration from the things that I create. It's gonna just make me feel really, really happy. And also, I love reading your comments on the things that I made for sale. Even though you're not purchasing, that's fine. So, guys, just if anything, just be careful, especially these days. There are a lot of people who are trying to, open up their Etsy shop and trying to do like a social media influencer thing as a full-time job. So there are a lot of people who are trying to do it or who are already doing it, but you don't want to tell those people, hey, stop begging for money, or you don't say stuff like that. And again, I'm about to start the flip throughs right now. So if you think that this video is going to bother you, remember, you always have the option to not watch this video or not look at any of my contents as well. Maybe sometimes I will post the contents where I don't talk about or where I don't promote anything. Then maybe you will love my contents again. But I really don't want you to do anything that's gonna make you unhappy or uncomfortable. So I'm begging you to make the right decision right now. And I don't want it to sound any more serious. I've been trying to film this like 10 times right now, and it was so serious every time I tried to film it. I almost cried. So I'm just trying to make it, I'm just gonna leave it like this. Even though my English is all messed up and everything, I'm just gonna leave it like this. And we are gonna talk about these journals right now. Alright guys, thank you so much for listening to my chit chat. Now let's go look what's inside. Alright, now it's gonna be easy because I don't have to talk about my emotions so much, you guys. So these are the journals that I made for my Etsy shop, and all of them have the same theme, which is like a really random. These are gonna be called really random junk journals. I've made something like this before, and I've sold these items before, but because the paper is always like random in these journals, things that I sold months ago, those and these are gonna be a little different, but they do have some things in common. First of all, again, the paper's all random. There's no specific theme, like there's no theme like a travel or botanical or neutral or anything like that. Usually that's the themes that I choose to do for my junk journals, but I don't have any themes like that. But another thing they have in common is that, just like the ones that I've sold before, these journals have very interesting covers. So all these covers came from a vintage, like a music book. I saved the covers because the covers usually have really nice size and nice thickness. And I just need to trim just a little bit to the size. And usually what I do is I just fold the back part in so that you can maybe store something in there or hide something in there. I just don't want to cut off all the pretty, piece of paper. I just don't want to cut it off, so I just decided to, just fold them in so you can have it. And this one is the only pink one, and these actually, like, these are the same book and these are the same book, and these are all about music and like musical instruments and stuff. So it's just really nice. But I can't make this so often because I just don't have this kind of paper so much. So I just make this whenever I can make them. And one thing I wanted to mention is that these on the spine inside, I decided to go ahead and add this one like a piece of washi tape, just because these papers are like, they are thick, but these papers are still old, so I didn't want the spine to break when I was like binding, or when you fill it up later on, it can get really thick depending on how you use this journal. So in case you add a lot of pages or a lot of tip-ins and things like that, I just didn't want them to, you know, like break easily. So that's why I kind of enhanced the spine. I always do this. You may be familiar, you may seen this before from me. And also I didn't really care that these papers are sticking out, because as you guys know, now I bring my big guy. So the same journal as this, well, same, like a similar concept is this one. I have this junk journal insert in my traveler's notebook. It's like super thick, and this is also the music book cover, and I have the same like a folded in page. Well, I'm not using this envelope for anything right now, but this is like how, well, probably when I first made it, it wasn't this thick. It was probably like this much, but because I keep adding paper pieces and ephemera and things like that, it just got super thicker. So I am hoping that if you get one of these, maybe in the future your journal is gonna get this full and heavy, then this is the most satisfying thing ever, guys. This is like the best. So this is the same. I just want to show you that these are the same kind of journals, and that's why I left all the papers like this sticking out, because mine is like this, and it seems like a lot of you guys like this. So that's why I just did the same thing here. And let me just go ahead and show you guys like a one by one. I just want to explain. There are a lot of similarities, so I'm just gonna point out a couple things here and there, and yeah, we'll see. So this is the first one. When you open it up, there's a washi tape here, and I just wanted to have some like a thicker, how should I say, thicker cover. But it's but I didn't want to cover this page up or anything like that. I didn't want to glue anything to make the page thicker. So what I decided to do was, this is a craft paper. It's not a cardstock, but it's kind of like thicker than regular paper. So I decided to just put it here so they can kind of be like a cover, but it doesn't have to be a cover. You can absolutely just journal here and decorate this here as well. And in all these journals, I use craft paper, and I use this kind of travel brochure. It's like a vintage. It's kind of like a old. Most of them are older, so their designs kind of like not the most like a fanciest or trendy or anything like that. But we have travel guides in the book, in each journal. And this time I did include some coffee stained paper, but instead of making the entire paper like soaked in the coffee, what I decided to do was I just went like this, like I just stamped with the coffee dripping coffee cup on the paper, so it still has a nice like a sound and the texture, but you have some kind of coffee stain. I hope that you can see this because it's not super dark. So I did that yesterday, and some music paper, and these journals, like here and there I added extra like paper scraps. I didn't want to add these as a page or anything, because guys, if you have been following on my Instagram and stuff, you know that recently like I've been having just so much fun adding pages like this, like in the journal. Well, this is not a junk journal insert, but I have been just enjoying adding paper scraps like that. Of course I add like some smaller ones too, but I have been really enjoying adding paper ephemera here and there. You know, even though I'm not just gluing everything down, I just add stuff like this, like this, like this. It's not completely glued in, but I've been just adding stuff like that. But one thing I liked the most was like this style, just adding random paper scraps. So this is kind of like what I was hoping or thinking you would do with this. So these paper scraps just random. Some of them came from leftover papers from making these journals, or some of them are just something that I always have because I always make journals. I always have them, guys. So I have this paper here, and this is a vintage magazine, and this is a little ephemera from Feel Good Parcel paper party pack. But I decided to just give you a piece so that you can do whatever you want. Again, I just didn't glue this down. And this is this was tea stain just a little bit, and it's just like crinkled tracing paper. And this is like a nature kind of book. I just like the picture, something to give you, how should I say, I feel like these pictures are very refreshing, so that's why I like seeing something like this in my journal from time to time. And I just use a little piece of washi tape to put this ephemera here. It's just one of the Feel Good Parcel thing, but it's just random. It's not really included in any packs. I kind of just had this box design. I just stretched it, and I thought that maybe you can keep it here, or you can definitely move it around. And I have another piece of random paper. It's a Japanese newspaper for, I think, people in the United States, Japanese people in the United States. That's what this newspaper is for. And this is another piece of coffee stained paper, but I think this one came out really nicely. It was a cream paper, but I decided to do the coffee stain and also stain all the edges, and it was just super fun making this. And this is some origami book page. This is a cursive or whatever, your handwriting practice tablet paper. And this is just a clean, nice tracing paper. And this is coffee dyed map. It just makes it really like vintage. Like, as you can see, well, this is a book page from a children's book. But as you can see, this coffee stain is like insane. So I just love having this here. And that's the other side of that tracing paper. I just like seeing tracing paper right next to a map. So that's what I did a lot, I think, throughout these journals. And these are the same papers, origami book. And this is another piece of, well, this is actually, after I made this journal, I had to cut off these papers. So I just saved them so I can use it. But I just decided to put it in here too, so you can have it for whatever. You can tear it off, cut it off, or you can just tape the whole thing like I do to make a little more writing spots. So it's all up to you guys. And that's the other side of that tea stain, and it's just so awesome. I'm so glad that I used this cream paper. It's so natural with the coffee stain. So the coffee stain doesn't have to be super dark. And also, the paper is a little thicker than usual copy paper as well. So it's just perfect. And that's the other side of the pretty nature image. This is another like a coffee stained, crinkled tracing paper. Vintage magazine and the music. And the other side of that travel guide from here. And I decided to just give you a little something extra. So in a glassine bag, there's some paper goodies in there. So I have these Dymo strips, and I have a to-do list, some stamps, and feel good message strips, and also the feel good parcel tickets. So I just decided to add it here so that you can use it for whatever you want. And you can use the washi tape to glue this down, I mean tape this down somewhere too, but I thought that it would be nice to give you, you know, something little something extra that I love so much, using in my own journals as well. So I just collected little things for you. That was the first one. When I list this on the Etsy shop, I haven't done it yet. I think that what I'm gonna do is I will put the cover number like on the picture somewhere. So this could be, for example, like A, or some other ones can be like this could be like a B, design B. So you can, you know, look at it easily. And I'm okay with the time. Now I'm just gonna do the quick flip through because pretty much everything is the same. And this is another piece of the travel guide. You can tell it's kind of vintage already, you know. And I have this coffee stain paper, music. This is a piece of children's book page with some plant, poison ivy. And the coffee stain cream paper. And this is the ephemera here. I just did added a little bit of washi tape in here. You can definitely take this off and do whatever you want. And some nature image, tracing paper, vintage magazine, and the handwriting tablet, Japanese newspaper. I use it as a page in this journal. And this is just a paper scrap. I just put it here so you can do whatever. I just felt like I needed to like help you with making writing spots. That's why I decided to add some blank pages, like blank paper scraps here and there, so that you can use them. And this is also coffee stain. It's just really nice, even though it's really light coffee stain. And I have this little matte page for you. It's vintage paper. It's so beautiful. And it says love yourself, and I just have a little note card here. It's also included in the paper party pack, but I put it here. And it's the same paper that you just saw. And I added this in here for you too. This is the other side of that poison ivy book. It has pretty nature images. And this is just a piece of, as you can see, tracing paper. And yeah, we have this little goodie bag in here too. This falls in. So this was the second. I think this is gonna be A, B. Is it? I don't even know, guys. We'll see. Okay, let's do this one. So this one has this travel guide now. And this is leftover. I think I used the other part in one of these journals, but I just decided to give you like an extra, I guess, like a note card. This was coffee dyed. It's the cardstock, but I thought that maybe you can use this to make a hiding spot or something. So I decided to keep it here. And coffee stained cream paper, children's dictionary. And this is this was from a magazine, but this one sheet, one page in the magazine was like super thick, and it's just really nice. So I just decided to keep it here as a page. It has nice picture and stuff, but it has really nice texture as well. And I decided to give you this in here. And this is it says today, little note card, journaling card. And I love this picture so much, but I really like this part, so it's really nice. And you can have this, all these flowers, and again I use a little bitty washi tape to just hold this here. And I have this craft paper here in case you want to use it. And this was also from a magazine. I thought that this graph or whatever was really cool. a lot of coffee stain paper, and you have a little goodie bag. The goodie bags in every journal. Oh well, this one I really like this little mark. I think it's the name of the publication company or something, but it's really nice. So that's the third one. And this one is, let me see, I put it right here, and this is also part of the like a travel guide. And I love this coffee stain paper. I hope that you guys like this coffee stain paper. I think because I've been buying like a cream paper and papers that are not bright white, so I am planning to do some more coffee stain paper like this, not full-blown like a super soggy paper. No, I just want to make some stains and just dry real quick. It's easier for me to create like a lot of them, and also it looks nice too. And this, I think that I did some coffee stain, but it just doesn't show because the paper was already old and it already had the color, so the coffee is not showing very well. And this page is really cute. It says roses. It's from my rose book. More plants for you. And I told you I use this as a page, but it was coffee dyed and it's kind of nice too. It's a vintage magazine, and this is kind of intense coffee dyed paper. It says love yourself here again, and I just kept it here. It's very thin paper. And this is the old Grand Canyon National Park map in Arizona, and this is just a piece of tracing paper. A lot of flowers, guys. A lot of plants. I love it. This is the roses. And even these, like the earth and the universe, this kind of words from the old books, it's just pretty. Everything is really pretty here. Yep, that was the fourth one. And I have the last one. Well, I'm sorry, this is the pink, and I folded this wrong at first, so I fixed it. So you kind of have like a double line here. So if this bothers you, I'm sorry. Hopefully it will work out for you. But this is a really pretty, like a pink. I do have the other side of the book cover, but it doesn't have any design. So but this paper is very thick and nice, so I want to use that paper for something else. Maybe I use that to make my journal because it's just pouring with pretty color but no writing or anything. So we'll see what I do with that. But it's just really nice. It's nice picture, and you have a big folded in part in the back as well. I really like this. And it's the same things. This travel guide has this only like a green colors, and I kept this piece here for you. Children's dictionary. Japanese newspaper, tracing paper. This is, I think, from my rose book, and I decided to put this ephemera right here. And coffee stained cream paper. Vintage, what is this called? Magazine. And see, this was coffee stain, so you can kind of see the coffee stain, but not so much. But it just has nice texture when you flip this through. And I have this blank paper piece for you, and this is nice map, but also interesting nature picture. It was all like a coffee stained right here. And this is very interesting. Oh, now I see who that is. Well, anyway. This is more coffee stain, and it says me, me, me. And this is just a big image that I had. I cut it out from other books and I used the other parts for something. But I just thought that this image was really nice. So if I kept it here, maybe you can do something with this because I couldn't figure out. So there's something that I kept in my stash for a while, but I just decided to just put it here. And you have a goodie bag here as well. And on here, I mean not on here. So this is the end of the flip throughs, but I just wanted to tell you guys again that these journals, as you can see, the pages are like all randomly like showing like this. Some pages are definitely bigger than the size of the cover, so when you put it in your traveler's notebook, they will like, you know, like stand out like this. It will stick out all the pieces that you have in there. But I hope that somebody will find this interesting. So when they're all really similar, but I will still try to how should I say, like put the, I guess, ABCD for each journal. And if you have any questions, you can definitely leave a comment down below. And I guess this is the end of my video. I really appreciate that you watched this video, and thank you for visiting my YouTube channel. I hope you have a good day and happy journaling, guys. Thank you. Bye.